now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And now for a taste of things to come.
What's going on, everybody, and thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, thanking each and every one of you for coming back and joining me here in the theater. Now, first things first, Happy New Year. I know we're about 10 days removed from the new year, but it's my first time being on camera. And I hope you all had a fun and enjoyable evening for New Year's Eve. Safe New Year's Day. And I hope that 2026 brings you all kinds of joys, happiness, and adventures. Now, all that being said, let's get down to business. No, we're not going to try and defeat any Huns, but there may be a Winky or a witch or two. Today we're going to begin a journey to a magical land, and we'll be residing there for the foreseeable future, at least here on the Renegades Reviews side of things. Today we're going to journey to the land of Oz. Now, I've looked up the film's chronological timeline based on when events happen, not when the movies were made. I already know going in there's going to be some discrepancies between the films, but that is to be expected when you have three different movie studios, MGM, Disney, and Universal, all handling the stories. So, The first film in the chronological timeline is Oz the Great and Powerful, and it stars James Franco, Mila Kunis, Rachel Weisz, Michelle Williams, Bill Cobbs, Jack Braff, Joey Keane, and Tony Cox. Now, our movie opens in 1905 Kansas, where Oscar Diggs, played by James Franco, is a magician and a con artist working in the Baum Brothers traveling circus. After he is threatened by a strong man named Vlad, played by Tim Holmes, who has discovered him flirting with his wife, he escapes via a hot air balloon, but is sucked into a tornado that transports him to the land of Oz. Upon his arrival, he encounters the naive witch Theodora, played by Mila Kunis, who believes him to be the wizard prophesied to become King of Oz by defeating the Wicked Witch, who killed the previous king. Oscar accepts this role, wanting to become a wealthy monarch. En route to the Emerald City, Theodora begins to fall in love with Oscar, though he does not reciprocate her feelings. They encounter the flying monkey Finley, voiced by Zach Braff, who pledges his life to Oscar when he saves him from a lion, as well as Nuck, played by Tony Cox, a grumpy munchkin herald whom Oscar jokingly nicknames Sourpuss. Now, Oscar reveals his deception to Finley and forces him to maintain the idea that he is, in fact, the wizard. At the Emerald City, Theodora's older sister, Evanora, played by Rachel Weisz, tells Oscar that the Wicked Witch resides in the Dark Forest and can be defeated if her wand is destroyed. En route to doing that, Oscar and Finley befriend an orphaned living China doll, voiced by Joey Keane, whose village and family were destroyed by the Wicked Witch. Upon arrival, the group discovers the so-called Wicked Witch is actually the deceased king's daughter, Glinda, the Good Witch, played by Michelle Williams, and Evanora is the true Wicked Witch. After observing Oscar's romantic affair with Glinda through her crystal ball, Evanora misleads Theodora into believing Oscar is attempting to court all three witches, and then offers her an enchanted apple and claims that biting into it will remove her heartache. Intended to empower her to kill him, the apple disintegrates her heart and transforms her into an evil, hideous-looking, green-skinned creature instead. Glinda brings Oscar's group to her domain to escape Evanora's army of Winkies and flying baboons. She confides in Oscar that she knows he is not a wizard, but still believes he can help to stop Evanora. He reluctantly takes charge of an army of quadlings, tinkers, and munchkins, but Theodora arrives and debuts her brand new appearance to the crowd, before threatening to kill Oscar and his allies with the Emerald City's well-prepared army. Initially despondent, Oscar tells the China girl about his hero, Thomas Edison. Inspired, he conceives a plan that relies on staged illusion. Glinda and her subjects utilize a pulley-rig army of mechanical scarecrow puppets hidden by thick fog to lure the attention of the Wicked Witches. Most of the flying baboons are lured into a poppy field by the puppets and consequently fall asleep. But a pair of conscious baboons capture Glinda, causing her to drop her wand, which the China girl retrieves. Meanwhile, Oscar infiltrates the Emerald City with his allies, but seemingly abandons them in a hot air balloon loaded with gold, which Theodora destroys with a fireball. As the Wicked Witches prepare to kill Glinda in the center of the city, Oscar, having faked his betrayal and death, resurfaces using a hidden fog machine and image projector to present a giant image of his face as his true disembodied form, and intimidates them via a fireworks display. Evanora retreats inside her castle while Theodora flees on her broom, unable to hurt the invincible wizard. Oscar momentarily stops Theodora and invites her to return if she overcomes her wickedness, but she vehemently declines and flies away to the west, laughing maniacally, saddening Oscar. After the China girl frees her from her restraints with her wand, Glinda defeats Evanora in a duel by destroying Evanora's emerald necklace, revealing her true hag-like appearance. She permanently banishes her from the Emerald City, while the pair of still-conscious flying baboons catch Evanora and carry her safely to the east. Oscar, now the de facto ruler of Oz, resolves to utilize his projector to sustain the illusion of being a powerful wizard. The Master Tinker, played by Bill Cobbs, one of the prime leaders of the Ozian resistance who helped construct his machines, receives Oscar's jackknife, while Nuck receives a novelty mask with a smile painted on it. The long-suffering Finley receives Oscar's top hat, and China Girl accepts her friends as her new family. Behind the curtains of his projector, Oscar thanks Glinda for profoundly changing his life and personality, and they kiss as our movie comes to its close. So when it comes to the Oz film timeline, this was the third one released behind The Wizard of Oz and Return to Oz, and the second one released by Disney. Therefore, it has some callbacks to the first movie, despite the fact that it's the third movie in release and the first movie in the timeline. For example, Zach Braff and Joey Keane, the voice of Finley and the China Girl respectively, play other characters in Kansas before Oz is transported to the Land of Oz. Zach Braff plays Frank, Oz's assistant in the traveling circus, while Joey Keane plays a disabled girl who wants Oz to make her walk. Ironically, when we first meet the China Girl after the Wicked Witch has destroyed her village and killed everyone, leaving her as the sole survivor, her legs are broken, and Oz fixes them with glue, allowing her to walk. So there's that callback, where characters in Kansas factor into characters in Oz. The Baum Brothers Circus is an obvious nod to the author L. Frank Baum, who was the seventh of 9 children, and I assume the character of Frank is also a nod to the author. During the big battle and deception of the witches, we see scarecrows, the face of which resemble the scarecrow we all know and love. Finley gets attacked by a lion, who gets scared off by Oz's smoke show. When he runs off, he is called a coward, which leads us to believe that he will become the Cowardly Lion. And the Master Tinker is responsible for building the Tin Woodsman, although we don't really see any part of it, but seeds are being planted in this film for characters that we meet in the 1939 Judy Garland movie, which is the fourth one in the timeline. This is the second time I've seen this film, and I enjoyed it more than I did the first time. As far as prequels go, this is a really good one, really helping to set the foundation for the Oz films that we already knew existed and were to come. Again, I know there are going to be discrepancies, and we will address them along the way. When it comes to Oz the Great and Powerful, I give the film 4 out of 5 stars. But tell me, what do you think of Oz the Great and Powerful? Have you seen it? Do you want to see it? Have you even heard about it? Because Oz the Great and Powerful was one that kind of slipped under the radar there. Am I being too hard on it? Let me know. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that discourse, that interaction, that engagement that I'm always trying to get out of you, my loyal viewers. Make sure you give this video a thumb up and post a comment of some sort, as it'll help boost my videos in YouTube's algorithm and recommend them to other people who like movie review style of videos that may not know about the channel. Until next time, when we return to the theater for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios YouTube channel, I have been your host, the Renegade J.J. Williams, thanking each and every one of you guys out there for joining me, and I'll catch you guys next time.